Hello and welcome back to Euro Football Daily. With 2019 in full swing now, we have decided to profile 5 strikers who could take this year by storm. Let's get started. 5. Fedor Chalov. We wouldn't blame you for having never heard of 20-year-old Fedor Chalov. But the CSKA Moscow striker is the latest young prospect to come out of a country that has produced the likes of Akinfeev, Arshavin and Golovin this century. The youngster has already played 2 full seasons for the Horses in which he scored 12 goals in 35 league games. But in 18-19, his third full term playing under his 41-year-old manager Viktor Goncharenko, Chalov has hit new heights. He's scored 9 and assisted 4 in 17 league games to help propel CSKA into the title mix. He'll need to keep his form going, however, as the club are currently third, 4 points behind leaders Zenit St. Petersburg. Not only is the academy graduate the top scorer in Russia, but he has contributed 3 more goals than the next best 2, 33-year-old Ari and Zenit forward Sebastian Driussi. And his numbers suggest this run is set to continue. The 12-capped Russian under-21 international is averaging 3.4 shots per league game, the second most in the division. Of these efforts, a promising 68% come from inside the area, 11% more than Mohamed Salah's percentage in the Premier League. Rare for an out-and-out striker, Chalov marries strong shot numbers with solid creativity, with his 1.9 chances created per 90 only topped by 5 players in the division. His performance at the Bernabeu in CSKA's 3-0 victory in December, in which he netted the opener, showed he could perform at the highest level. Somehow valued at just €10 million by Transfermarkt, surely full Russia caps and a move away are in Chalov's not too distant future. Remember the name. 4. Allan-Saint. With Nice losing Allan-Saint player to Borussia Mönchengladbach last summer, and with Balotelli angling for a move as well, the pressure was on 21-year-old forward Allan-Saint heading into the 2018-19 season. The versatile forward, who is capable of playing on the left or the right, but who has played 58% of his games as a number 9 this campaign, has responded to this expectation in spectacular style. While Nice under Patrick Vieira initially struggled, finding themselves in 14th as recently as the 21st of October after a 1-0 loss to Marseille, 1 defeat in their last 9 Ligue 1 games have seen them rise to 8th, just 4 points behind third-placed Lyon. A key element of their revival has been the form of Saint-Maximin, who has scored 4 and assisted 2 in 17 league games so far. Okay, so this doesn't sound remarkable, but that's 2 more goal contributions than their second most prolific player, attacking midfielder Willian Cyprian, and has to be taken in the context of their attacking performance thus far. Just 4 teams in France's top division are managing to get fewer than their 3.4 shots on target per game, showing just how important Saint-Maximin's cutting edge is to the side. His all-round game is exceptional, with a solid 2.3 shots per game, backed up by an impressive 2.4 key passes per 90, with only 5 players topping this figure in France. For context, that is the same creative output as Man City's David Silva, and we know how phenomenal he has been thus far. But without doubt, his standout attribute is his remarkable dribbling. He is currently completing 4.3 per game. And amazingly, this astonishing figure is the best in Europe's top 5 leagues. Last year, he contributed 10 league goals in 30 appearances and had a combined expected goals and assists of 0.3 per 90. But so far this year, he has upped that to 0.5, continue that growth, and Vieira might have a battle on his hands to keep hold of yet another star. 3. Gabriele. Some of the best talent that Brazil has ever produced has at one time played at Santos. From Pelé and Socrates to Dunga, Zé Roberto and Robinho, and now Alexandro and Neymar, the Peixe has cultivated some of the Seleção greats. The latest who looks set to follow in their footsteps is 22-year-old forward Gabriele, who spent the 2018 campaign on loan back at his first club Santos from Inter Milan. The 2018 Campeonato Brasileiro wrapped up last month with Palmeiras winning their 10th league title and Santos finishing a disappointing 10th, their worst league finish in 8 years. But one bright spot in an otherwise disappointing campaign was the form of Gabriele, who scored 18 goals, 5 more than anyone else, and also provided 2 assists in 35 league appearances. Despite his tender age, Gabriele has already played football in 3 different countries. Having initially emerged at Santos, where he scored 23 goals in his first 77 league games after debuting as a 16-year-old, Frank de Boer brought him to Inter Milan in August 2016 for €29.5 million. Inter under de Boer were a disaster, losing 5 of their opening 11 league games and 2 out of 3 Europa League outings, before he was sacked after just 85 days in charge. Gabriele suffered as the Nerazzurri went through 3 managers in 1 year and was sent out on loan to Benfica after just 9 sub-appearances. And if the four-capped international thought things were about to get better, he was sorely mistaken, as he was limited to just 43 minutes of action in 6 months. And that's why his homecoming to Santos was so important. Could the Olympic gold medal winner get his career back on track after 2 years in the wilderness? The answer was an emphatic yes, with Gabriele responsible for 21% of all Santos efforts on goal, with 2.7 shots a game. Inter Milan announced last week that Gabigol would be sent out on loan to Flamengo for the 2019 campaign. Surely another year like the last one will prove the Nerazzurri hierarchy he deserves another chance at the San Siro. 2. Arkadiusz Milik. Arkadiusz Milik has finally found his feet at Napoli. After scoring 5 goals in each of his first 2 full campaigns in Naples, 24-year-old Polish striker Milik has already scored 10 league goals this term, a figure only bettered by Ronaldo, Piontek and Quagliarella at the time of writing. Previously very much a backup to the evergreen Dries Mertens, Milik has already played 979 minutes of Serie A action this term, just 9 minutes short of his combined total from the last 2 seasons. And he has rewarded the faith shown by Ancelotti in spectacular style, with 2.9 shots per game, his best tally since the 15-16 season when he scored 21 league goals for Ajax, leading to a goal every 98 minutes on average. Leading the line for a side averaging 18.5 shots a game, the most in Europe's top 5 leagues, may not seem like the hardest job in world football, but his finishing has still been exemplary. Only 2 players to have played over 500 minutes in Serie A, Cristiano Ronaldo and Josip Ilicic, have bettered his 0.66 expected goals per 90. For context, the joint top scorer of the Premier League, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, is currently averaging 0.67 expected goals per 90. So that's the level Milik is now playing at. Still without a trophy to his name, aged 24, the 45-capped Pole might be tempted to move elsewhere to fulfill his ambitions. Valued at just €25.2 million by the CIES, elite clubs looking for additional squad depth could do a lot worse. 1. Yussuf Poulsen. Yussuf Poulsen is without doubt the most experienced member of this list. At 24, he is the same age as Milik, but Poulsen has played 35 more games and has been a regular at his current club RB Leipzig for the last 5.5 seasons. Having initially made his name at Lyngby in his homeland of Denmark, Poulsen joined Die Bullen in July 2013, when they were still in the 3rd tier of German football. He scored 28 goals across his first 3 years at the club, leading them to the Bundesliga in May 2016. He scored 5 and 4 league goals respectively across his first 2 seasons in the Bulli, as Leipzig finished 2nd and 6th in their first ever top-flight campaigns. That might seem pretty unremarkable, but the versatile forward was often playing on the right wing during those years. This season, Ralf Rangnick has used the 34-capped Dane in tandem with Timo Werner, and the results have been spectacular. Poulsen has 8 goals and 2 assists to his name in just 17 Bundesliga appearances, with just 8 players having scored more. RB Leipzig, whilst 4th, have largely struggled to get the ball in the net, with only Hertha Berlin and Wolfsburg having scored fewer than their 31 league goals in the top 8 of the Bundesliga. But the performances of Poulsen and Werner can't be knocked, with the pair scoring 61% of Leipzig's league goals so far. A tactically versatile 6'4" frontman, Poulsen is now operating at 0.6 expected goals and assists per 90. No wonder his value has nearly doubled to €20.2 million in the last 6 months. This talent is finally blossoming. So those were our top 5 strikers to watch in 2019, but is there anyone you've been keeping your eye on that we've missed out? Let us know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this, why not go and check out the latest episode of Stat Wars, and why not leave us a like down here if you've enjoyed the video as well, and subscribe to FDFC. We need the subs right now. Anyway, see you later.